and welcome along to Inside Line Racing. This is ILR3 on the PS4 side. There's people wondering right now probably if I've travelled back in time. No, I haven't travelled back in time. It is not Friday. It is not 7:30. It is Sunday at 7 o'clock. And Hugo isn't here this week, so I'm filling in for him. I am Jess Games. Hello. I usually commentate for ILR5 on the PS4 side and ILR3 on the Xbox, so it's going to be great to fill in. I'm really happy to fill in on one of my favourite circuits on the calendar, I must say. It is Spielberg for the Austrian Grand Prix at round number 5. It first started hosting Grand Prix in 1963 and it held the first race on this circuit from 1997 to 2003 and then returned back in 2014. It's one of the shortest tracks on the calendar lap-wise, but as most of you may know, Monaco beats that record with the amount of kilometres that is. So, we are currently riding on board with Flexi, also known as Sam. Now, there's a few names I do recognise from other leagues, and I will go through those in a minute. Now, weather-wise, it's going to be dry qualifying, and the race is going to start dry and it's going to end on the wets. They're not telling me what type of wet. I'm not sure if it's going to be light rain or if it's going to be wet, full wets. I don't know. It's likely going to be inters at the end. So this is going to be very intriguing, actually. So that means that they're probably going to struggle with what type of setup they're going on, as I don't think Sam is on a fly. I think he's going into the pits. I think he had his lap time invalid by the looks of things. Yes, he has. We currently have a few times on the board already with Zach on pole with a 139 on the Ultras. Now, the 3 tyres we've got on offer today is the Ultras, the Supers and the Softs. The Ultras don't really last that long in Austria, so I don't recommend starting on the Ultras. It's not going to last long at all. It is going to probably last about between lap 8 and lap 10 maybe. And then they would go to the softs. But it depends when the rain comes, really, to be honest, on when these guys pit. But most people probably do supers to softs and then go and put on the inters. Or maybe people will go for the soft tyres, most likely, see how long they can push those softs, and then go on their inters and try to do a 1-stop. So most likely it's going to be a 2-stop, as we are riding on board with Kevin. I think it's Kevin, CL7. He's come across the line and he is sick at the moment. A 105 on the soft, that is pretty good. We've seen someone on the supers go on a 104 in ILR1. So there was a bit of rain in ILR1 as well. If you were watching ILR1 earlier, it was a good race and it definitely changed the strategy, but we saw Blizzard completely fly away with pretty much everything. Who could beat Blizzard, to be honest? And speaking of last week, if you missed last week's race in ILR3, Scuba took the win after starting 4th on the grid with Corey in P2 and Carriage taking his first podium, which I was delighted about. I was cheering, I was jumping out of my seat. I was like, yes! I actually found that out on Twitter because I was watching ILR2 instead, but I was so delighted. Yeah. And also CL7 did quite well last week as well. He climbed, I think he was started in 16th and then went all the way up into 4th. So I think Kevin could be the one to watch today as he comes across the line and he improves by 4 tenths. So I think he did 2 lots of laps on the set of the soft. So that's pretty good. Right, who else is on a lap that we can follow? We got, I thought Brimadinho would be on a lap, but he's not. Let's see, who could we follow? Slenderman on the Ultras. He comes across turn 8 and 9 now, going towards the final corner. It'll be interesting to see what lap he can set on a set of the Ultra Soft tyres. He's a 104.3, so looking at the gap to leader, that is about 2 tenths slower. No, that's 1 tenth slower than Corey in 3rd place. Now, I haven't had a chance to look at what the championship standings are like. So, you know, it'll be good to see. Now, yeah, it is most likely going to be inters at the end. I thought so. I had a feeling it was going to be that. I was getting a little bit confused there. I was having a bit of a moment earlier on. But we've got 19 drivers. One person could not make it tonight. And there's about, I think, 4 people still not saying a lap time at the moment. And so they need to get their butt in gear really and set a lap. Sam especially, after bottling it. But I know he could do it. I don't think he's on lap right now because I think he just didn't. Well, he might have been. I don't know. He might have not chosen to use his DRS. So we will have to wait and see as he comes across the just come past 6 and 7, and he's going towards a very long downhill straight. Actually, we've seen a lot of overtaking in other leagues, other tiers rather, across this as he goes to the final corner. Now he's going to enable DRS. He's probably going to set a flyer. He improved actually up into 7th on the supers. So compared to that is 7/10 slower. That is good on a set of supers, not gonna lie. So I'm very impressed. And yeah. So I wonder if these guys are choosing to concentrate on the quali more than the race, or rather the race and qualifying. We'll have to wait and see. Carriage is going to come across and start his flyer. Now I hope he gets more points today, but I am known on this channel for jinxing so many people. It's unreal. So I am not going to say anything more. And yeah, I am known for jinxing, saying, oh, this person is going to do well, but they end up going into a wall. So I don't really want to do that, and I don't really want to do that to Carriage because he's lovely. So he comes across turn 3 now. People got to watch out for turn 3 and also the DRS straight as well. We've seen a few lockups. A few people can lose the back end quite quickly as well. So just watch out here as well. Go towards turn 4 and 5 coming up now. Going to go to the right-hand side to gain full speed. Coming up to this corner. It's important you get this exit right. Doesn't look a bad lap from Carriage, but I can see he can find a little bit of improvement as he kisses that curb there. He's going to brake just before the 50-metre board in. Just only a little bit of braking that he needs to get the line before he can get a tow from the car in front as well. And what lap time? Is it going to be validated? Yes, it is. It is E6 with a 104. The times already are starting to be close between the top 11. So I am intrigued to see if they can improve. We only got 8 minutes left of qualifying, and I wonder if we can see someone go more into the 103s, but we'll just have to wait and see how this goes towards the end of this race, or end of this qualifying session, I mean. So, as I think we got 2 of the Red Bulls on similar pace as well. We got Brumadinho, who is about the 10th slower than his teammate. So we got 2 Red Bulls in there. So a mixture of constructors showing there as well. Where is our race winner from last week, Scuba? He's in 11th right now. He didn't improve on his last lap time. He was... Wow, Pagger's gone fastest so far with a 103.8. Now, I've never seen Pagger get pole in ages. Now, the last time I've seen him get pole was season 3 in ILR3. So, yeah. Wow. That is cool. But we could see a lot of people go faster. We'll have to find out. But and the only person to not set a lap time is Mr. Skyzy. Now, I know Mr. Skyzy as he's going across the line now. I don't think he could... No, I don't think his lap time will be validated there. But I've commentated him on ILR4 all last season. And it's nice to commentate just for a one-off here. So hopefully he gets a good result for me, because he gets good results in usually in ILR usually. So that's good. That is good. So with just 1 minute and 10 seconds to go, let's give you a rundown of what qualifying results are so far. We have got Hager on pole with a 103.8. Next behind him by 1/10 is Corey, who is just going into the pits at the moment. So he needs to find some time. Then we've got Sack third, and then his teammate Schumacher in 4th, 3/10. A lot of people going on the ultra soft, so they're probably expecting for the rain to come a lot earlier than they thought. But it is coming towards the end, so it is going to be intriguing. Now, so most people, it's intriguing actually. So let me just go to best and see. Top 9 on the ultras. Then we got CR7 on the softs. Now, he's hoping the rain will come a bit later on, and so will Scuba as well. And so is Cohen, Mr. Costa, and Skyzy, who's still yet to set a lap time. I think he's still on the softs as well, but I wonder if he has to go on the supers, because he's been on those softs a long time, and it's depending on where he qualifies, so we'll have to wait and see. Then we got Silas in 5th, Slenderman in 6th, Milo Metz in 7th, Carriage in 8th, Rimadino in 9th, CR7 10th, Game Boys 11th, and Sam is in 12th position. Top 16 separated by 1 second. Now, this is kind of like ILR 2.5. A lot of people could have been in other tiers, but it is going to be quite nice to see how this goes, because a lot of people have been saying in a lot of chats I've been in for ILR that they like Austria. So Austria is where we get to see true pace of these drivers, and we could see a lot more action, and we could see a lot more penalties as well, because they sometimes could get a little bit too ambitious, and then they just run wide and then they get a penalty. Usually around the corner coming up, actually. No, I won't follow with him because he's going into the pits. But with the final corner, a lot of people can cut the corner there. I've seen a few of that. I almost did it in ILR7 when I was racing on Thursday night. My result didn't go too well, unfortunately. No, it didn't. It went absolutely rubbish. I thought Austria would be one of my favourite tracks, actually, but it turned out to be one of my worst results. To this day, I think Bahrain, I thought was going to be my worst track, is actually one of my best tracks in terms of results this season. But anyway, let's get back to the action. Everyone, I think, is in the pits. It's gone to a little bit of a quiet moment of the session so far. But we have got Slenderman. He came in second. Where did that come from? Where did that come from? Holy moly. Slenderman is in P2, 98 thousandths of a second. Separate between him and Pagas. So, that's going to be close. Now, I don't know how to say his name. As most of you know, I am rubbish with names. So, if I pronounce the names wrong, I do apologise. I think I've got most of them. Some of them I know their real life names, so I can say their real life names. But I don't know I'll have to say his name. So, if you're watching this back, I'm so sorry. But I didn't know he was going to be racing tonight. So, yeah. I should have done my research a bit more. But hey ho. As he's on the ultra softs, he's on a lap at the moment. He's looking to improve quite considerably, as he is going towards a little bit of a slide off. It was a good save though. He almost lost a little bit of the back end there, as he goes towards the right hand side. Oh, that was close there. Getting a little bit of a broadcast view here right now, as he's managing his ERS quite well, going up to 7th, 8th. Again, not braking too hard, going towards these final few corners. Be careful not to corner cut here, because it's going to cost you. Now he can get his ERS open. What lap time is he going to set? E13 it puts in. But it's still a pretty good lap time. The slowest lap time at the moment, let me just check, it's a 1:06. But from the top 16, everyone's been saying 1:3s, 1:4s. So I'm pretty impressed with these guys. And the fastest lap time on the soft is CR7. Now CR7's smashing it, as we've seen Dylan gone wide there. I think Carriage is on a lap as well, I believe. Let's just see. That might be an invalidation. He lost a little bit there. And I do see a Haas go a bit wide as well, and lost it there. Looks like it's not invalidated, as he's giving it full beans, as he's gone past turn number 3 there. Now, I think he seems to be struggling a little bit to get into some temperature into his tyres, but we'll have to find out. Don't forget, if you are new to F1 League Racing in general, then you probably know that, or you may not know, that the top 10 will have to start on the tyres that they've qualified on for their fastest lap. They set their fastest lap in. So, at the moment, everyone is set their best time on the ultra soft tyres on the top 10, apart from Cohen. He's gone P6 on the supers. Carriage is going to come across the line now. He's going to cross the final corner, and I wonder if he's going to find some more time. Dylan is unfortunately cannot improve. That carriage improves up to 9th then. So we got 1 minute and 22 seconds remaining of qualifying, and Paga is still on pole, but he's on a charge at the moment. He is going towards the final corner now to start his final lap. I think that's going to be his final lap. I think he could get another lap in, you know. Maybe. It depends how fast he could be. He'll only be just, though, as he actually improves. 1 minute 3.8 there. Wow, on his out. Or it might have been just me, I don't know. But I'm just going to see how is Slender Man doing. He's on his out lap. I think he'll be the last person to cross the line. Corey has just gone past sector 2. So that's where he is right now. Just a lovely helicopter shot that you can see. How about Zach? Where is he? He's in come across to sector 3. So he's going to have time to set one more lap. And oh, he was on his out lap anyway. Quite a few people are on their out laps. So Paga is going through sector 2 now. He's got Mr. Skysy as a tow. Hopefully that's not going to help him in terms of traffic. Hopefully Mr. Skysy's going to help him actually going towards that corner. Slenderman has gone past sector 2 as well. A 16-0 for him in sector 2. As Paga for sector 3 is 16-3. It's going to be tight. As Paga comes across the line. Does he improve on his best? Nope, he doesn't. So he doesn't improve. I'm just trying to see who else we can follow. Archie cannot improve, unfortunately. 6th. Milo in 7th. We've got Cohen. He cannot improve either. He stays 10th at best. Game Boys 14th. Mr. Skysy cannot improve either. He's in 18th. And Schumacher has retired from the session. Slender Man is going to cross the line. Not looking too bad. Can he improve on Paga's time? No. Be improved by 50,000 of a second to put him stay in P2. What about Corey then? Nope, he's slowing down. He is, I think, but could Scuba? I'm just gonna. No, he's going to the pit. Scuba, he's on a final lap now. He's running out of fuel though, so it's going to be tight. He's our race winner last week. Can he make it a pole this week? Can he beat Paga's pole time? No, but that puts him to P10. So, on pole position is Paga in the Mercedes. I think that's Mercedes. Yes, it is Mercedes. So, massive job from Paga. And just look at the gaps. Look at the gaps. 1 second separating everyone. Wow. That is insane. I said at the beginning of the stream, a lot of people like Austria, and it shows. It absolutely shows here. So well done to all the drivers today. They've put in a lot of effort, and yeah, I'm pretty impressed. And we'll get the results. So we got Paga, who takes pole from Zach, 30,000 of a second. Look at the top 3 though, separated by 47,000 for Slenderman. So Zach was able to beat Slenderman's time. We got Corey in 4th. We got Sillers in 5th. CL7 6th. Archie 7th. Milo 8th. Sam 9th. Scuba 10th. Schumacher 11th. Matt 12th. Brumadinho 13th. Cohen 14th. Carriage 15th. Mr. Costa 16th. Game Boy 17th. Dynan or Dinan in 18th. And Mr. Skysy, the last of your finishers. So, race strategy. It's going to be interesting. Like I said earlier, it is normally a one stop if it's going to be a full dry race, but it's not going to be a full dry race. As you can see, it looks a bit overcast at the moment. It is pretty much, I think, going to be a replica to what we've seen in ILR1 earlier on as well, where it rained just towards the end. So get your predictions in the chat, guys. When do you think it's going to rain? I'm probably going to predict around lap 23, I think, roughly. Probably an educated guess, I don't know. I'm probably going to end up being wrong. Usually when I make predictions on any league race, I end up getting it wrong to my stomach. So I'm probably going to get it wrong here, but you never know. So, one's on the softs. I'm probably going to have an advantage because they can stretch their stint for as long as they can. Probably get to about 23, 24 laps on the softs. Wait till the rain comes. Boom, then put on to set into tyres. So, here we go. We're about to go onto the formation lap. Looking at the overcast, I think it might rain sooner than we thought, actually. I don't know. I'm intrigued. Very intrigued. Sam probably got my prediction way wrong. But hey ho, let's look at the tyres. We are in particular going to watch the bottom lot to see what tyres they set. Like I said earlier, the guys on the top 10, we've got the top 9 on the Ultras, and we got Scuba in on the Supers. And we've got, actually no, we've got CR7 on the Supers, my bad. And the bottom 11, we've got Schumacher, Brumadinho, Cohen, Carriage, Costa, Dinnan and Skyzy on the Super Softs. And we got Matt and Game Boys on the Softs. So, all 3 tyres used for today's Grand Prix. Fasten your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen. We are about to get underway for the final race of the week for the European tiers for ILR Americas at 10 PM tonight. Make sure you watch that. Alan is back in the commentary box for that. He was away last week, but he is back this week. So, obviously, I won't be able to watch the whole of it. I'm only able to watch the race because I'm busy doing other stuff until about 10:30. So, I won't be able to watch it till then. But if you're not busy tonight, watch ILR Americas. It should be a cracker. So, everyone is about to go and fill their grid positions for the start of this race. Pago's on pole. Is he going to get a good start off the line, or could Zach get a good launch as well? Usually, a lot of people tend to make moves in turn 3. So, as long as people get cautious in the first couple of turns, then we should be alright. So, I think the Force India, and I think we can see Mr. Skyzy in the background going to fill the last grid position, and we're about to get underway here at ILR3 here in Austria. Hager is on the right hand side of your screen. Zach is on the left hand side of your screen. The lights are about to come on. We've got 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and we are underway. It looks like it's a pretty even start from the pair of them actually, but looks like Zach had the better launch going into turn 1. Pago's dropped off a little bit, and he's also got Slenderman pressuring him as well. A brilliant start from Zach, but we already see a few position drops already from the back of the field, but so far Zach from Paga, from Slenderman, and now going turn 3. Is everybody going to make it clean? Oh, we got the Williams and the other Mercedes trying to make a move as well. Archie up into P5, so good start from Archie as well. Carriage trying to make a move past his teammate in P12, and that's where he stays at the moment. So pretty good action already happening towards the field. Now Archie's going to try and make another move. Oh, they made contact with each other, Archie and Corey. That's probably cost them dear. That's going to allow Kevin, CR7, in the mix as well. Archie is getting a little bit aggressive at the moment. That's probably not going to help him. But he's also got Sam as well on the left-hand side as well. Sam could not do it on this occasion, though. We're going to start lap 2. And Zach is falling away by 4 tenths. Slenderman right behind Backpacker, though. But look at Flexi. He's going to get slipstream from CR7. Can't quite do it on this occasion. He is going to try it in turn 2 and 3 in a minute. Don't forget, Sam has also got Scuba right behind him as well. Scuba's probably going to protect his teammate by the looks of things. But Flex is going to try and dive it in around the inside of the hash driver of CR7. That is Flexi up into E7. And that is crazy. But we've got CR7 trying to make another move towards turn 5. But Sam holds on dearly. Good job from Sam. Now let's look at the back to see what is going on at the back. Brumadinho is right on the back of the Force India of Mr. Costa. Go through turn 6 and 7. Around here is a nice midfield train happening here as well. I'll keep an eye on Milo as well in P10 as well. Fight for the last points position as well. We're all fighting head to toe to Nell at the moment, so it'll be interesting to see. Now Hager has really closed up to Zach right at the front as well, so let's just watch this battle going towards turn 2 as DRS is enabled. Hager is going to get DRS shortly. Yes, he is. He's going to take the right hand side. Is he going to make the jump on Zach? Or it's going to be a tight one. Yes, he does. He is in the lead. He regains the lead of this Grand Prix. What about Silas? Silas is also right on the back of Senderman as well. He's going to be under pressure as well. There's a bit of midfield battle going on as well. Carriage up into 11th. He's gone past Schumacher. Schumacher's dropped massively in the Ferrari. That's got Costa behind him as well. So Costa has overtaken Schumacher as well. He's dropped it down as well. Let's look at positions gained. We have got Silos who's gained 1. Archie's gained 1. Flexy's gained 2. But the biggest gainers are Carriage, Costa and Skyzy. So a good start from those 3 as they try to get into the points. Now, Brumadinho is going to see if he can get past Schumacher. He easily gets past Schumacher. Brumadinho up into P13. So, we've already had a crazy start to the race. So many battles going on, and Schumacher probably must be struggling because he's going into the pits right now. Let's just follow Schumacher actually. And he's had a change in front wing, and he's going on to the set of the soft tyres, and he's been held up in the pits quite massively actually. That must have been quite a big damage as well. But Milo has gained a position. He's up into P9 ahead of CR7. CR7 is going to challenge Milo on the back straight. Breaking just for 100-metre board. A bit of a lock-up for Milo. That's probably going to gain to CR7's advantage quite massively here as he goes towards turn 5. Now approaching turn, going downhill and then approaching turn 6. Milo is doing all he can to try and defend off CR7 because CR7 is definitely flying right now in the Haas. He is catching really quickly. And Slenderman has dropped into 5th. What happened to him? But he's got Corey for company as well, as he has dropped down 2 positions, I believe. Yes, he has. So Slender has got some making up to do, but he could try it on turn 3. Corey defending. And let's see what happens here. Slender going a bit wide. That gets into position to Corey. But right now it's Game Boys and Dinnan having a little bit of scrap at the back as well. Game Boys now up into P17. Actually keep changing 4 positions actually. As Dinnan right on the back of him. As he's going to get DRS. Game Boys is not going to have advantage of DRS. So as a little bit of a almost slide there. But luckily that was all right from the pair of them. And Skyzy has dropped a position as Cohen is up into P14. There he is in the Renault. And now I think Mr. Skyzy has gained a position back. He's up into 14th right now as well. But look at Sam. Sam has got Archie side by side into turn number 1. Archie just covers him off. Flexy going a bit wide there. They're going side by side again on the straight. We got our first penalty. Oh my god, it's going 3 wide into turn 2, approaching turn 3. Looks like Archie's going to take the middle there. 3 wide into turn 3 is not going to be pretty. Hopefully there's not going to be much contact. No contact luckily, and luckily all 3 of them made it through unscathed, and that's Archie still having P7. But Flexy is on the charge right now as well. He is going to be wanting that position. Silas on the back of Corey as well. Oh, he almost hit Slenderman. Oh, that was close with that helicopter shot there. I hope there wasn't any damage. I don't think there was any damage, I think. So, it's getting actually bright, actually. So, probably the game is lying that it's going to be raining. Because it's not that overcast than we thought. So, it might be the game lying to us with the weather report. But you never know. So, here we go with Silas. He's a little bit further back to Corey at the moment, so I don't think he's going to get the move yet. I don't think. No, he is not. And Carriage is getting a time penalty. No, Carriage, no. Typical. When I commentate on you, you get penalties. That's not what's meant to happen. As Flexy and Archie trying to make a move. Flexy gets it. Flexy gains 7th place, so good on Sam. Sam is having a good race so far as well. Hope you guys enjoying this. Archie's right on the back of Sam actually, but he lost it a little bit there into turn 4. So let's see where Archie is right now. I think Sam has gained a little bit more pace. I think Sam is managing more with the tyres. We're starting we're starting to also see the Ultras do start to struggle. Some of the guys are not struggling though. Let's get the tyres up. I think in about 2 laps time we can see the Ultra Soft tyre runners pitting for either set the Supers or the Softs. What tyres will they go on, knowing if it's going to rain or not? Hager getting a 3-second time penalty. Zach hasn't got any at the moment. This is going to be really crucial for Zach. He's probably going to have Jeff telling in his mirror, in his radio, that Hager's got that time penalty. So he's going to make the move quick. Slenderman and Scuba side by side into turn 3, and Slenderman losing yet another position, and Scuba on the Supers up into 5th. Are we starting to see the Ultra Soft tyres start to struggle? I think we are, because we are starting to see the Super Soft runners coming to their own and the Ultra Soft ones dying. Carriage into 10th. He is right behind Milo. So I think it's not a question of if he's going to make the move, it's a question of when he's going to make the move. He's also got Kevin right behind him as well. Miller's got to do some defending, or will he be forced to let him through? I don't know. I think a few people are sticking it out because they're thinking the rain's going to come, but I don't think it is going to come. The game's just lying to us. So that's probably going to compromise on people's setups, because some people might have chosen a wet setup to compromise with the rain. Or it might be just European weather where it just changes all the time. But we'll have to wait and see. As Carriage is right on the back of Milo now. Milo doing some great defending into turn 3. Very tight entry there. We've got CR7 and Costa joining in the party as well. But there is Carriage. Here he goes. Carriage has got P9. And that Super Soft has worked very well for him, as Milo has lost yet another position from CR7. Costa possibly as well. As Milo is trying always he can to defend from him. But I don't think it is meant to be right now. He is staying where he is. Oh, he almost hit each other. They've almost made contact, Mr. Costa and Milo. So I think Milo is going into the pit. So is Sam as well. None of the top 6 are choosing to pit either. Carriage, I think, staying out as well. And all that's going to cost. Milo gets a 5-second stop-go penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So that is gonna drop him down massively. That's gonna lose him a lot of time right now. So please do watch this, because this is gonna be very tight to see. But look at Carriage though, he's right on the back of Archie. And Scuba's up into 5th as well. So Scuba's right on the back of Silas as well. So let's see if that battle develops with Carriage and Archie first. And then we'll jump to Scuba in a minute as well to see how that develops. And Milo is on the Supers. So that's where he's chosen. And Flex is on the Softs. Archie, what happened to Archie there? I think they're side by side. He's been forced to defend quite early there. Archie's been caught napping, and CR7 is in 8th now. I wonder if he can catch up to Carriage in the next couple of laps. Lap 14 to 16 is where we could expect to see the Super Soft runners pit as well. And meanwhile, let's watch Scuba on the back of Silas, or however you say his name, Brumadinho, gaining a 3-second time penalty. Oh, there's a little bit of a slide from Scuba. He might have lost a little bit of back end now, but luckily he managed to recover a little bit, so that's fine. It wasn't anything too strenuous, so that is good. We're going side by side with Silas and Corey as well. They're definitely pushing their tyres to the limit. Doesn't look like Corey is struggling on his tyres. Corey is a regular podium sitter. He has won a couple of times this season in ILR3, so he is hungry. He's hungry too. He's probably waiting to see what the other guys up front do. I don't think there's no sign of Hager or Zach going into the pit. So they are pushing those Ultra Softs to the limit here. Oh, Scuba goes past Silas. Silas has gone wide a little bit. There has been a few penalties being given out. There's Corey, Slenderman and Zach going into the pit. Hager stays out. Zach is going on to a set of the soft tyres. What about Slenderman? He goes into the pits. Quite a lot of people are going to the pits right now, actually. Slenderman is on the softs. How about Archie? Archie is on the softs as well. So, looks like they're doing an ultra soft to soft. Now, that's going to be risky because the softs... Actually, no, it's not going to be risky. I'm thinking ultra to supers. My bad. My brain is not working at all. But luckily it is. It is now, so it's all good. So that puts Archie way down the order, but we've still got people to pit, as we see Dylan go a bit wide into the pit entry there. As well, Scuba into second. Now Scuba's going to get a little bit of advantage here because he's on the supers, and I wonder how the pit stops are going to work in terms of if Scuba comes out in front. And Dylan has just retired from the session, and he is going to be out, and Acosta's going to the, and Paga is in the pits. So Paga is going on a set of, yeah, he's going on a set of softs as well. He drops it into 10th at the moment. What about Stillers? Can Paga jump Zach? That is the question. Actually, no, Zach jumps Paga. What happened to Paga in that pit stop? He has dropped way down the order. Zach and Corey, great pit stops from them, but to be honest, I don't know what happened with Paga. Maybe that was a long pit stop for him. So that's put, to be honest, that's put Zach into huge contention. So here we go. Zach in the net lead of this Grand Prix, but we're going to watch out for Scuba as well. Let me just look at the gaps quickly. I think Scuba is going to come behind Zach and Corey, I think, well, mainly. I'm not entirely sure how long the pit stops are around here, so we'll just have to find out as we go on for this race. We're pretty much halfway into this Grand Prix already, almost. And we'll see the Super Soft runners pit really soon. As Silas is on the soft, he's committing to a 2-stop by the looks of things. We've seen someone go side by side into turn 1. Who is that? That is Cohen on Brumadinho. Now, this is crucial on track position because it would help them in the pit stops if they're ahead of each other. So Cohen needs to make the move now, but Brumadinho is going to make the move on Mr. Skyzy. Haga getting another 3-second time penalty. That's going to put him up to 6 seconds worth of penalties. I probably jinxed him quite a lot, and I don't really want to jinx him as all been such in for Mr. Skyzy and Brumadinho, but Skyzy, I think, holds the position. So there we go. Mr. Skyzy is in 6th place. So we are going to see a few people pitting, and Scuba's pitting a lap earlier than we thought, probably to cover off his teammate CL7 as well. So we'll have to wait and see what tyres Scuba is going to come to. He's going on to the set of the softs as well. So there he goes. Oh, yeah, he is in 9th. He is just behind, he's just behind Slenderman, actually. He just comes ahead of Slenderman. We got the two McLarens of Sam and Slender having a little bit of a battle as well. But look at that train right at the front there. Hold on, let me just jump to it. Oh my word, I can't believe I missed that. But it's going 4 wide going into turn 4. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Zach, he's gained the place. He doesn't want to be involved in traffic, but luckily it is all good for Zach. And Mr. Skyzy still in 6th with Cohen. This is great to see some midfield battles here, as we are all. It is great. It is great to see, actually, as we're in lap 16 now. Rain is expected to come soon, but it is still quite sunny at the moment, so it is probably going to come late. And knowing it, it's going to come at the end, and they'll still be on the dry tyres. But you never know. So probably my lap prediction of lap 23 is not going to happen, as Cohen goes into the pit. He's going to change, I think, onto a set of softs. Yes, he is. So pretty much everyone at the moment, most people on the softs, so quite a few people on the supers. They're probably going to do a 2-stop. Here comes Corey then on Mr. Skyzy then. Now, Skyzy will probably have to pit in the next lap because he is struggling a little bit. Let's see, Corey's going to have the right-hand side here into turn 4. Here he goes. Corey is now up into 6th. He's a net P2 of this Grand Prix at the moment. Skyzy is challenging him, but he's been forced to let aside him. Meanwhile, at the final battle for the last point, Slenderman and Milo having a little scrap for that. They're going side by side, going into turn 6. We got Sam along the way as well. Bobby Slender is helping his teammate. Luckily, the McLaren boys today are letting those teammates race, which is, to be honest, I think a huge relief right now. So, as both of them have gone off the circuit a little bit. So, let's just see what happens to Sam. Sam, ooh, no, not quite. It's a four-car train. We got Costa and Skyzy in the pits, and Brimadinho is still out. Or Brum. I think I've said it right. I don't know. But anyway, oh, here comes Sam. Oh, a very ambitious move from Sam there. Can he quite do it? Oh my god, there's 2 McLarens side by side into the back DRS straight. Sam's going to get DRS. Slenderman's going to get DRS as well. Milo and Carriage fighting as well. Oh, this is nail-biting stuff in ILR3. This is insane. As I think Milo's gone wide. I think there might have been a bit of contact. He's in the gravel. Oh, that's going to cost him a little bit on his tyres because he's on the supers. He will have to pit earlier than thought. Here comes Kaga now on Carriage and Sam. Oh, I'm sure there's a bit of damage. Oh, contact from Carriage and Paga. Oh, and he's... Oh, what has happened to Paga? Oh, my word. What? Wait, what? I think he wanted to go to the pits and then he just went back on the circuit. So Paga's out the race then. And Milo has been forced to pit earlier. Now, what unfortunate for Paga. He was on for such a good result. And, yeah, I think there will be a stewards inquiry after that, I think. I'm not going to be surprised. So now Zach is now in the lead of this Grand Prix. We're on lap 18 of 36, halfway in. And everybody is on the tyres that they're meant to be on, which is good. And could we see some last lap lunges? We'll have to find out, as I'm not seeing any cows at the moment. And they did say towards the end, so you could see the clouds get a little bit overcast maybe. We'll just have to find out. Don't forget, ILR2 happening as well. So if you want to have that stream on side by side, do that as well. I wouldn't mind if you have that side by side as well. Support the ILR channel. As I think we've got Scuba, who is right on the back of Corey actually. Let's see where he is into turn 3. Very good move from Scuba. Ooh, he lost a little bit of the back end there. Where is he now in terms with Silas or Silas, or however you say his name? Silas will probably have the advantage, probably due to his tyres on the supers, but Scuba's soft tyres is going to last long as well. Let us know who has impressed you so far, driver-wise as well. Quite a lot of drivers actually have impressed me so far. I'm actually very, very impressed with the driving. We lost 2 drivers, but everyone else has played it by very well. It's Corey. What happened to Corey? Corey's going to the pits. He's on the sauce. Oh, he had damage. I didn't see what damage he had there. Okay, he's going. I guess he's going to soft to the end. And that was a long pit stop. Now, what happened there? I don't know. I really don't know. So, if any drivers that are out of this race are still in the chat, if that followed him, that can explain what happened, that'd be great. Because I didn't see why Corey lost a little bit of time on his front wing. So, if someone can let me know, that'd be great. So, but anyway, Zach now 6 seconds ahead of Scuba, but Scuba is catching. He is catching. He's on 3 lap newer tyres than Zach, so it's going to be crucial towards the end, I think, if the rain doesn't come. What is going to happen here is, what other battles have we got? Brimadino on Cohen as well. Brimadino 12th, Cohen in 11th now. I think Brimadino wants 11th so bad, but we haven't seen what the penalties are like, so I will check the penalties soon as well. We've got 15 laps to go of this Grand Prix. It's been very tight already, but you never know. It could be decided on penalties for some of these guys. As I was speaking about penalties, Game Boys has just gained himself one as well. So I think that was his 2nd or 3rd one. Not entirely sure. Now I need to take a sip of drink quickly. There we go, that's better, because after this I've got to do another commentary as well for another league, so I need to make sure I have a voice for that as well. So taking as many drinks as possible. Oh, Matt is out. What happened to Matt? Now he might have had enough himself by the looks of things. He might have lost it. I don't know where he lost it, but that's him out of the session in 17th. We lost 3 people already. Now, who is looking for a cheeky move? We could see Silas on Scuba soon, no? But Silas' tyres could start to die any minute. Corey setting the fastest lap of this Grand Prix with a 1 minute 6.3. That is pretty good race lap, to be fair. So I'm looking to see him improve ever so slightly. People are just wondering if the conditions are starting to die a little bit, but I don't think they are. They're just waiting, and they're just waiting, and they're just waiting, and it's just not going to happen. And Schumacher has been on the soft for 18 laps now, so he will have to pit again. He was forced to pit early as well, so that's why he's been on for quite a long time. So I wonder what Schumacher's tyres he will go on to next. He'll probably go on to a set of the supers, I think. Maybe to start his stint, or maybe he might try an ultras and do fastest lap, maybe, if the rain does not come. Now, as I think we got Kevin round the back of Schumacher as well. So here comes Kevin, CR7, going towards turn 3, that long straight. Kevin's going to have benefit of DRS, so I think when he's going to get the position, it's probably going to be, oh, Schumacher losing the back ends. That's going to gain CR7 a lot of an advantage here. Going to take the left-hand side here. Oh, no camera, don't cut on too early, please. There we go. CR7 gets the move done. CR7 now up into 9th place. His next charge is Costa. Silas now 7/10 behind Scuba. Now this could come into play quite a lot here. But Scuba can make those soft tyres last to the end of the race if it doesn't rain. So, but I've noticed it's getting a little bit less sunnier now. I'm noticing, but you never know. You never know. It will just probably come at the last minute. As Matt's left the session, he is not a happy bunny whatsoever. Slender Man makes his way. Ooh, Carriage been off the circuit again. Now Carriage could be on course for points again, but if he gets more penalties, then maybe not. So if he keeps it like that, that's going to cost him. As Slender Man is defending like mad right now. Corey has just got past Mr. Skyzy. He is on a recovery drive right now. We got yellow flag in sector 2. Oh, it is Mr. Skyzy. I think they had it off in sector 2, which I didn't quite see, I'm afraid. So that was unfortunate for him as lap 25 then. Carriage is on Slender Man like a hawk. Carriage is going to use his new tyres to his advantage, I think, going towards turn 1. He's not going to make the move in turn 1, I don't think. Otherwise, it will be a little bit too over ambitious, but maybe he could try and make the move in turn 2. As, let's see where Carriage is. Left-hand side. Here he goes, Carriage. Slender on the defence quite well here. Going side by side into the DRS straight. Slender Man is going to have benefit of DRS. Unfortunately, Carriage is nowhere near the DRS zone at the moment. So, I think Slender is forced to stay where he is at the moment. I don't think he's going to challenge him. Maybe he could do it on the run up to turn 6, I think, maybe. Coming up. But it doesn't look like it at this stage. There has been some really good moments of the race so far. And yes, it is getting a little bit more overcast. So we could see some rain. Yeah, it is getting really dark in some parts of the circuit now. I think, to be honest, in my opinion, I think the rain is going to come later than we thought here. It's going to come way late. So I doubt it's going to make a difference to some of the guys. But the ones on the soft, that's going to help them hugely in position. Archie getting, I think that might be Archie's first penalty, you know. Not entirely sure there. I think, where is Archie at the moment on circuit? Archie's in P8. He is chasing Mr. Costa in the fourth India now. Costa, I'm just going to get the game positions again. Costa has gained 9 positions this race. So he started way down the order and now he's up into 7th. That is a really, it's going to be a really decent result for him no matter what. So that is really going to help him. And we could see some of the guys who are not used to wet conditions, they could start to struggle. And a lot of these guys do have no traction. They have traction control turned off, and no traction on this circuit is difficult in the wet. So, yeah, do not try it. I almost tried it in practice for ILR3. Did not work. Because usually I run no traction on dry races, but in wet races I use full traction. But obviously they can't do that here. They don't have a choice. And we got Kevin on a charge again then in the half. He's dropped down 3, so I think Kevin could have had a better race, I think. But he's still in the points position for now. He's only gained 1 penalty, I think. But again, I will check in a second as well. So we'll have to find out as we get towards the climax of this race. This race has been so good so far. It's been privileged to fill in for this as well. And we are going to see the creme de la creme. We're going to see who is going to nail these wet conditions, who is not. Will it come sooner rather than later? We'll just have to find out. Sam has got a time penalty, unfortunately. So that is on the list of his penalties. I'm not sure. Let me just check. Actually, no, I was going to check penalties, but CR7 is right on the back of Archie now. And Archie's luckily going to get benefit of DRS of the car in front on Mr. Costa. And so is CR7. Now, this is going to be an even scrap going into turn 3, then side-by-side action. And CR7 has dropped it down into 9th. Archie still holding on to 8th, only just both side-by-side DRS straight. I don't think Archie's going to have DRS on the straight. I don't think so. CR7 regained P8 for now. Now Carriage are up into 4th. Now I'm just going to check penalties very quickly. So let me just see. Now Zach, he's got a few warnings. Well, Zach's got a penalty. I thought he didn't get a penalty. Scuba, how many penalties he's on? He hasn't even got a warning. Wow. And Sillers, where is Sillers? Sillers has got 2 warnings, but he hasn't got penalties. And penalty, he's got 1 penalty, and he's got a few warnings. He's on his last warning though, so Carriage has got to be careful. Slenderman's on 1 penalty as well. How about Flexi? Oh, wow. Flexi's on 4 penalties right now. Costa, 1 penalty. Okay, so let's look at this. Flexi, oh, Flexi Costa. And I see rain. I see rain on lap 29, the rain is falling. But I don't know. It is coming. It is falling thick and fast. You probably can't see it on your screen quite clearly enough, but I can definitely see it on my screen that the rain is coming. Hell yeah. Oh my God. I shouldn't have said hell. But anyway, oh God, yes. We are up for a very exciting race to the end. It's raining quite hard. We are going to start to see some wet bits on the circuit. Oh no, oh my God, that come across wrong. As the yellow flag sets to 3. Oh, no, it's actually not Corey. It's Corey has lost position from Schumacher. We're starting to see the drivers struggle, and we already got a few people going to the pits already. So we're going to use Schumacher and Corey as benchmark, I think, in terms of when they're going to pit sprinters. So we're going to follow them actually, as well. Corey's got front wing damage again. So I think that is his third pit stop. Schumacher's going to enter as well. So is Mr. Skyzy, I think. Let's just follow Mr. Skyzy now. Sauber is on the other end of the pit lane. Yep, there we go. DRS disabled. So if these guys are not on the inters, then, you know, what is more, DRS disabled came in a lot earlier than we thought, which means I think it could get worse. We will also have to wait and see a lot of changing weather conditions already for these drivers. So here we go, our race leader, Zach, Scuba, Silas, they're all coming in. A little bit of a slide from Silas. Carriage, they're going in the pits as well. Silas has got a 5-second stop go. The speeding. Yeah, literally everybody's going in. CR7 almost stayed out there. As, yeah, they're all going on to the inters now. And up slide there. Archie, is he going to? Yeah, he's going as well. And then we're just waiting for Cohen. And Cohen is pitting. So yes, everybody is going on to set up the inters. And it is perfect timing. We're seeing a lot of penalties speeding in the pit lane. As it couldn't have come at a better timing for our race leaders, as the DRS disabled alert thing happened at the right time. They were still going through turn 6 and turn 7, and you know, they're still right where they are. So Zach's still in the lead. Scuba is much more close to Zach than he was before they pitted actually, so this could be pretty intense, as Cohen is, I think, the last pit. He's dropped down on in 14th, so pretty much the order to stay where it is right now. So that is good news. Let us know who you think is going to get driver of the day. I wonder if there's going to be a fine position towards the end for the top 3. I don't think there is, but you never know. And we are seeing some. We're seeing some really dark clouds here in Austria. Oh no, Carriage getting another penalty. I think Slender's on 1, so that means Slender, I think, is going to get P4 from Carriage, I think, at the end of this Grand Prix. We've got 4 more laps to go of this really intense session. So I think the fastest lap then, because of these wet conditions, the fastest lap has already been decided. Let's just check. Fastest lap was set by Corey on those super soft tyres, 106.3. He wouldn't be, if it was the 2019 game, he wouldn't be in the run for fast lap point. But it would be Silas or Silas if it was on the 2019 game, but it's not. So, but yeah, on this game though, Corey has got the fastest lap, so he's going to get some glory anyway. So it'll be a shame that he hasn't got a podium, but I probably jinxed him. I've jinxed quite a lot of people today, and to be honest, I'm not happy whatsoever with that. But hey ho, you live and learn. You live and learn. So as we're about to start lap 33, Zach crossed the line too. We've got 4 more laps of this Grand Prix. It's been intense, I must say. My heart probably was racing a million miles a minute pretty much the whole of this race. I wonder what the drivers are going to be like in, excuse me, in Britain, in Silverstone, which is where the drivers are next week. I think the gaps are still not close enough between the drivers. I think they're just getting a little bit of the rhythm. They're warming up their tyres before they can start charging and make some last minute moves. Closest potentially, let me just have a look. could be, I think, between Schumacher and Sam. But you never know. For the advantage of the rain, they could run on low ERS and still gain the power that they need to get that move done. So if you have been watching ILR, then don't forget to subscribe and also follow on Twitter as well. So here I'm just checking actually how many followers. Oh my god, we're on 4 followers. So if everyone watches here who hasn't followed the ILR Twitter, please follow. So we're almost on 2,000. Crazy, I know. So please follow, because that will be absolutely amazing, as he's coming quite heavy. If the race was going on for longer, I wonder if it would be 4 wets, but it's not. Which would be a bit of a shame actually. We did see a full wet race for ILR6 that Graham was commentating on. But apart from that, it's only been dry or wet to dry or dry to wet. So, but when I was commentating on ILR3 Xbox on Friday, it was full wet qualifying. So it's nice to see I'm getting a little bit of wetness in it. But anyway, this Cohen is right on the back of Mr. Skyzy now. You can see the raindrops quite heavily here. Let us know in the chat who is your driver of the day. Oh, it is coming really hard actually. Wow. Oh my god, the drivers are going to start to struggle, I think, a little bit, but I don't know, we'll just have to keep an eye on these people, as Cohen, yeah, he's struggling a little bit, I think. Oh, there's Archie, he's binned it in the middle of the DRS straight, approaching towards turn 5. I think that's a lot of loss. I think that's his rear wing loss. I think his front wing's okay. I think he might have lost a little bit of his end plate. So I think, yeah, that's costed him. He's now in last place. So, yeah, what could have been a good finish for Archie, he is left in tatters right now. And Zach has got 1.5 laps to go before he is about to win this race. He's got 1 penalty, but Scuba is 5.2 seconds down the road. Oh, Schumacher's out. What's happened to Schumacher? Let's see. Let's just follow on board with Mr. Skyzy quickly. We go across turn 1. Where is Schumacher? Oh my god. That was, I think, a bulb his own, I think. I'm sure that would have been a safety car if it was earlier on in the race, but since we only got 2 laps to go, that's probably going to put people off, I think, in overtaking for a while. What a shame for Schumacher. So we've already lost, I think, 6 drivers, I think. So we're on the final lap of this Grand Prix. I'm just seeing, could we see some potential battles probably between, I think the only battles we've got on circuit, I think, at the moment could be between Cohen and Mr. Skyzy. So it'll be interesting to see what develops here as well. And what could it be for Paga? Paga was on pole and he retired quite early on, which was a bit of a shame, I think, for him. It would have been nice if he won, but sometimes it is racing, you just make mistakes, and that's what costed him. But he's going to get some glory. He's got pole position, so he'll be happy with that. Cohen, I think he's a bit too further back from where he is at the moment. So Zach has been amazing. He jumped quite a lot of people in the pit. Excuse me. He jumped quite a lot of people in the pit stops. And he's had a flawless drive, a really good dominant drive for him. He comes across the line. He wins the Austrian Grand Prix in ILR3. Scuba comes across the line. It's not the race win for him, but it's a podium. P2. Silas all 5 seconds stop go. What's going to happen here? Carriage comes across the line in P4. He's got 2 penalties though. Corey getting a penalty. Senderman, I think, could technically get P4. No. So Carriage, for the 2nd week in a row, gets points. It's not fair, but it's 4th. So that's good for him, as he's gained quite a lot of positions. Sam in 9th, and we got 8th, I think penalties there. But actually, Brimadino's 8th. And Corey comes across the line. What could have been? He's done so many stops today. He's done 3 stops. So has Milo. And so is Archie. But that means Mr. Skyzy is in 11th. So not a bad race for him, as Milo's going to be the last person to come across the line. And he's going to take P13. He's weaving across the circuit. He's loving life. But yeah, boy, what a race. I must say, Austria is my favourite race to commentate on this game by far. All the races I've commentated on for, I think it was ILR5, then ILR3 Xbox, and this race tonight, it's just been amazing. And here we go, the Ferrari pit crew and the Ferrari team members are celebrating Zach's win. Absolutely amazing. All the drivers will be going to Britain next week. A very interesting track, actually. A lot of potential moves for overtaking, in particular Stowe, the Hannah Straight as well, Cops, Luffield. It could be a potential good race in Britain, actually. But here are your straight results then. Zach takes the win. Scuba, the only one of the finishers to not get a penalty, so a clean race for him, with Sillets in 3rd, Carriage in 4th, Slenderman 5th, CR7 6th, Costa 7th, Brimadino 8th, Flexi 9th, Corey rounds up your top 10, and we got Skydy, Cohen, and then your non-finish, and then Milo, your last finisher, and your non-finisher is Schumacher, Archie, Game Boys, Matt, Pagger, and Dinnan. So that's been fantastic. Thank you for watching ILR3 this evening. I've been your commentator, Jess. Hugo will be back next week for the British Grand Prix, so make sure you tune in then. And don't forget to tune in for ILR Americas tonight at 10 PM UK time, 5 PM Eastern. Until then, I'll be back commentating on Thursday for ILR5 if you want to watch me then. But until now then, for ILR3, we'll see you next Sunday at 7 o'clock with Hugo. Have a good rest of the evening, everyone, and we will see you in 2 hours for ILR Americas. Good night.